I am doing a presentation. Leave me alone. So welcome back, everyone, for another round of Minecraft Modded. Today, because I need more chickens, or at least to increase my chicken production, we're going to start building in here my new chicken coop. This is going to be a mixture of the last one I built in survival, like 4 years ago, and the last one I built in creative mode that was fully automated but very complicated. So I'm going to go in the middle with this one. But that's going to be today's project. I'm going to try to document as much as I can on how I build it. So if you want to replicate it in your own game, you can. But with that said, it's time to get to work. Hey, I'm trying to work here, dude. Get out. Get out of here. Go. Don't make me hurt you. So here's what I've got done so far. Chest in here just for temporary storage. And the work spot, the crafting bench just for making stuff. I've got to fill those in because I don't need those open like that. So basically, I've got a 3x3 pattern. I'm sticking with a 3x3 pattern because the idea is to have it covered by a splash potion. I want to be able to throw a splash potion down and kill all the chickens. And if I went bigger than this, I would have those chickens in the corners that wouldn't die. And while I might have a larger area for them to not trample each other to death, it would end up with some being there and I'd have to use more potions than just really one to take them all out. So I've got a 3x3 pattern. It's feeding all the way over to this corner and then feeding to here. The idea is going to then feed up through a mechanism. And what I am going to do is filter out the eggs and try to pipe the eggs over this way and have a dispenser shoot through an opening here. I can go ahead and take that out, I guess. It's going to shoot through there, hitting this and hatching the eggs. And I just went ahead to make it look nice, use some glowstone. This will get covered up. This is just open so I can get anything that happens to fall in here. I've got 3 ladders because why not? I mean, it's not gonna help me here, but if I happen to fall in, it should make it easy enough to get out. Really, I'm going to put a gate here so I'm not going to fall in. I can walk up and just throw a potion down, kill them, and then open the gate, climb down, get all the XP if I need to. It really will come up this way, no problem. So I'm going to put a gate there just to keep me from falling in. And yeah, that's pretty much what this is going to be. And there's another spot I missed. So now what I'm doing is I have added one more hopper here, which has got a few things. This is coming off the previous hopper that I showed at the corner of the chicken area. And I am basically just going to add droppers along the way, which you got a whole shift while you place them down. And I did not get enough. I think it's 2 more I need. And there, I think that's right, but I'm not 100%. But basically the idea is going to be we're going to have redstone circuit on the other side on this wall coming up. That's going to cause each dropper to shoot the product, egg, feather, chicken, anything I drop, up the chain so it'll get to here. And this is where we're going to put it into the other hoppers. And I actually think I'm going to have to go one more because I'm going to put it up higher so I can have it into a hopper. And then that hopper is going to have a filter that's going to pull the eggs out from here over to here. And it's going to basically shoot across and drop eggs down onto this side. So I'll have one side that's eggs right here where if I want, I can grab some eggs. I can see them. And I'll have like a stack of chests back there. Okay, so this is the clock circuit that I'm using to push everything up the dropper chain. So basically a redstone torch into a little hoop of redstone, a U-shaped redstone, into a repeater on the last tick, a repeater here on the second mark. So, you know, that's the starting point. So it's the second mark. Redstone dust there, a comparator that is punched down, a redstone torch here with the dust pointing this. So basically it fires into here, hits the dust, hits this, which the torch then feeds it up to the next block here, which then triggers this torch, triggers that block, that torch, and so on. So you can see I've actually got the top area right there. And so if I just go and we'll just toss one of these in. Should, unless I miscounted something. It didn't fire. What? Okay, so I don't have a torch on the top. So that will trigger the top piece to fire. As soon as I put a torch, I believe it should work if I just go right here. Yep. So we got a torch there, and that fired out that one. So let's go down here, and I'm going to throw the, we'll throw the coal in there. So we should hear some clicking. There it goes. So every egg, every piece of meat, every feather is going to go in there and then get fired out into this section, which is fine. I mean, I can use this hopper, or I can put a hopper above it, dropper, whatever. This is a dropper. I just put, dropper going into a hopper, dropper into a hopper. I could just put another one up here with this firing up, and that will still carry with that torch right there. I don't have to do anything else on this part. So that has completed the clock circuit for getting everything going on this, and I'm going to seal that off. Basically, I'm doing a mixture of stone brick because I have so many, and the birch wood planks for it to look a little nicer. But I'm going to try to, once everything's done, I'm going to actually kind of cut the outer edges out and fill them in with stone brick so I don't accidentally break into anything later if I'm doing another project. But that was an accident. I now have a working system to get anything dropped up to here, and now I just need to get it where it splits the eggs from this point over here and down. And so on this side, I am doing the exact same thing, but in a mirror image. So I've got that same loop. I'm adding the same little block system there, which is going to fire into another little, let's see, what was it? It fires to here. Oh, I'm gonna have to dig out one more, aren't I? I'm like right at the edge of where I need to be. Like I'm hearing the, oh, I did go too far over. Darn, I thought I was gonna get away with it, but this is the outside. Like, there's my portal. So this is the outside most area. This is just so I can get in here and do this. So yeah, that's going to be fine, but I'm basically doing a mirror image of the same mechanism over here. All right, there we go. And now, what I'm going to do different over here is I actually need to dig this out. Well, I also need to dig that out in the end anyway. I'm going to actually dig up. Let's see, where is it? Where is that? There's the dispenser. Okay, so what I'm doing here is, oh, I'm gonna have to dig that out too, I think. This is confusing when I'm trying to reverse it. I need that, and I need that. And that gives me that system. So it should apply the same effect going upwards for that. And I should have essentially the same mechanic, but it's going to redirect over to, not that one. Actually, you know what, there we go. It should, instead of just continuing to fire vertically, it's now going to step over and hit that dispenser. So if I do this, that. Yep, okay, fired something. At least one thing triggered. Okay, that did not quite work right. It kind of triggered and messed something up somewhere. I'm missing something on this. And it's bothering me that I'm this close to the portal. I found out what I was missing. Sometimes you have to just step back. There we go. So I was missing that one piece right there. So basically, what I will be able to do is if I want, I can come up here, open this, drop some eggs in like I'll need to do for the initial ones. And it fires them through there, which fires them through the, well, fires them out that way. Should then collect inside, firing them up here. Let's actually do that, make sure the full circuit works. I'll toss them in there, and I am going to try to vacate the previous. Nope, did not get far enough away. Yeah, that should be, that came from up there, so that should fire all the way up. So again, the eggs go in there, they come out here, put them in here, they cycle through there. and they pop out the top. So now I just have to complete the top side circuit with the filter, and that will give me at least the filter to go over here. I just have to then say, well, you know, let's see, we're going to connect it to here. And so for that, easy enough. Just if I do want a second chest in there, I just need to, let's see, we'll do a hopper here, and I can do a chest there. And that should easily, yeah, like right there. Okay, so if I did that, do a double chest or hopper there, double chest across, and I just basically have to have something that feeds over that way. So what I've done now is I've extended one more dropper high. Reason for that is I'm going to use a filtering mechanism I've used in the past, because instead of expanding further that way, because I did go one block further than I expected I would need on this side and ran into the back of the nether portal, and I want to try not have this be 20 blocks wide. I'm actually going to adjust things and do a filter here. The filtering mechanism is compact in terms of width, depending on which way you orient it. So I'm going to have to orient it this way, which actually means this needs to come out. And we're going to do like, you know what, I'm just going to do this. And I'm just going to go across like, not like that. Across like, wrong thing. There, like that, like that. All right, so what's going to happen is this should still trigger and fire everything up into there. So we'll do, you know what, that's perfect right there. Well, baby zombie attacked me. Did it? There it goes. Bam! So it comes across here. And so basically I'm going to use a filter that pulls from this here. Actually, I think I need to turn this. But it's basically going to use this to pull through a hopper here. That's going to use that to trigger the mechanism to a hopper here that's going to feed over this way and punch into here. And I'm kind of thinking now I'm going to do a double chest there with another hopper. All right, so it is hopefully functional, and I'm going to give you a quick run through. I will pretty this up later with some more decorative stonework and woodwork and some lanterns and stuff like that. But basically, as you saw earlier, the chickens lay an egg. It goes into the hoppers, which feeds to this dropper elevator that feeds it all the way up here. We've already seen it works to up to the point here. So this is going to feed in here. The idea is this is going to contain everything at this one hopper right here. This one, I'm going to put in a bunch of eggs and then do signs. And it's supposed to... Yes. So you see I have a single egg left, and I think it's supposed to be just one sign each. So it's already hatching eggs, which is good. So if I just go like this and drop in one of these, what you should see is it's feeding one egg every time. That egg is going into here, and that's feeding across to these chests, which is 1, 2, 3 double chests. So it can store 3 double chests worth of eggs. And that's working. I just realized I forgot I was going to do a light sensor with a redstone lamp to alert me when this one's getting full. I think I can still make that work from here, but that's how the filter works. Basically, the signs are to create a certain value of supply or certain volume level trigger in this so that it ignores more than a certain amount of eggs. You could do fewer, but then you end up with extra eggs in there. You end up with extra other stuff. And so basically this means it should ignore the sticks that I just threw in there. And if I come down here, there's 4 sticks along with a piece of cobblestone. So I missed earlier. And so there we go. We have this, which is going to be where all the chicken and feathers collect. This is going to be where the eggs collect. And what I want to do next is I need to find a way to do an interrupt signal. So what I'm doing here is it should let me basically trigger this where it should not pass anything out of this. This hopper is, I think, what it's supposed to do. It should work that way if I remember right. I should be able to... let's toss in those 3. Yes. All right. So basically, I'm powering the hopper so that it cannot pass anything out of it from right there. So basically, if that is down, no eggs will pass out of that lower hopper, which means this will fill up, and then the third one or second one and third one fill up, plus the hoppers. And so that way I just go click and it'll feed through to the system, I believe. Oh wait, I took everything out, didn't I? Yeah, I did. Okay, that's why it wasn't firing. Okay, so if I do that, they should be in the system. I click that. Yep. Fired. I think. Somewhere something happened. Okay, something got stuck, I think. Oh, it didn't make it all the way across. That's a problem. So what I've got here is a comparator feeding off of the chest here. And now that I'm looking at, I may actually have to change this to move this chest over into this area so it's actually lined up closer to this, because I'm going to need to probably do a comparator off the top of this chest as well, like right here, to feed in. There's something I can do to make it go across. I know there's some way to do it, but it should work. Or if I put, well, actually, let me just turn the mechanism off so it's not firing constantly when I don't need it to be. So if I just put in this chest, a full stack, then yes, see, it's lighting up the lamp. So the idea is that it'll be lit up when stuff's passing through, which is fine. That's not really a concern. So it'll be like, oh, hey, there's stuff passing through. And ideally in that case, it's going to be a few eggs here and there. So it'll be little flashes. The real catch for it is when I turn this off and this chest fills up, then the hopper fills up, and then that chest starts to have stuff in it. Once that chest has an item in it, this will light up. I took out this one redstone piece, and now this is not even passing stuff out. So a much better option, instead it will lock it here in the chest and not in the hopper. So just do one like that, which is a better option. Now if I do this, what happens? Still turns it off. Okay, so that's good. Lights up. And that's because something is in there. It's comparing, hey, 0 or anything. And so that's there. If I go in now and turn this on, is that going to keep it lit? No. So perfect. Quick recap. Quick breakdown. 3x3 hopper section. 9 hoppers, because it keeps it compact enough that, well, if you have a sword with the sweeping edge, you can try to pretty much hit them all at the same time. But basically, I want to be able to stand up here where I have a fence gate and throw a potion down. I want to throw a potion of harming, take them all out in one go. And so having a compact 3x3 area means I can hit them all at once. That means then they drop down, the hoppers feed over to this one in the side. So basically these point to here, these point to here, these point to here, and those point to here. And then there's 2 more hoppers going in that direction. Glowstone lamps to make it look a little bit nicer. And then those 2 hoppers feed over this way into this dropper system that goes up, and it's 8 total, I want to say. So you have a comparator with the knob pushed down, a repeater on the second tick with redstone there and a torch, then 2 blocks, redstone, the U-shape loop, a repeater on the 4th tick, and then redstone here. And basically that creates the little circuit, the clock circuit that does the dispensing. And then to keep that going up, stacking above this redstone torch, you put a block, a torch, block, torch, as high as you need it to go. So basically the block will carry the power from the torch below, and then you get the next torch, which inverts power, and it does a whole transfer chain up. So coming to the top area, the dropper fires into this hopper, which goes through the chain. And this hopper is special only because it's the pivoting point. There's nothing special about this hopper. It basically is a feed back around here. If you don't want to do filtering, just go straight across. Actually, take this one out and just feed across. Actually, you could just have this one facing forward and do like hopper, that, done. A lot cheaper, but I wanted to filter eggs out, so I didn't have to manually go get eggs, move them over, dump them in, do stuff like that. So with that, I have this, which uses signs. Any sign is going to work, any type of wood. It's just a matter of having 4 signs. So it basically drops it down to a single egg in the front. And we'll always keep that 1 egg in the front. And that's the filtering mechanism that then triggers the comparator here with the knob pressed down into redstone, redstone, and a repeater underneath. And that's it. Oh, wait, and redstone torch. So you basically have this signal going here, which hits that, which gives a signal to this, which hits the signal on the redstone torch. And basically that's telling the hopper temporarily to let something through. So every time you have 2 eggs in this spot, the comparator is going to say there's more than what the signal power needs to be. It's going to allow 1 to be siphoned into here, which then passes along here before that redstone torch gets triggered again. You see it's on. That's basically what's telling the hopper don't send anything out. So you're really just, you're sending a quick pulse through the system that disables that redstone torch, allowing the hopper to function like normal, and then turning the hopper back off. And that feeds over here, and that gives me my egg dispenser stack. Then on this side, we have the same mechanism, the hoppers feeding out from the chest to a dropper stack of 3 feeding into a dispenser using the exact same mechanic in reverse. And in this case, all I did is I basically need a block, and you need to come off one side of the chest with a comparator to the light. It'll turn the light on if there's something in the chest. That's all the light mechanic is for it. There's nothing fancy about that. It is very straightforward and simple to do. And you go, I am doing a presentation, leave me alone. So yeah, that's it. A little bit more tidying up, but basically this is done. So if I go like this, it's off, nothing's transferring. I click bam, and you see it starts transferring. Come down here, and they're hitting there. You know what? The only reason I took that out was because I had that bit of rotten flesh get stuck. The eggs are a different story. The eggs fire very far, so you get a good range, so you don't have to worry about that. So basically they're going through. And so if I have this up, any eggs that these chickens spawn will go up through the system, filter out, go down here, and immediately go back around into the dispenser and fire again. So this is completely automated now. I leave it on. They will keep hatching the eggs as they produce them, producing more chickens, and eventually getting to the point where there's so many chickens it's going to really bog the game down, which is how I've managed to do with a system like this before, 1,000 chickens in the coop at a time, because they just keep hatching, and they'll basically get where they clump in the corners in like very erratic little groups, and it's just really weird looking, but it works incredibly well doing it like this. And then whenever I'm ready to harvest the crop, as it were, I just come in here, turn it off, give it time for it to fill up to that 3rd light level. So once I see that 3rd light staying on, I know I have enough eggs going, and I'll just come in here with the potion, kill them all, let everything that is not an egg collect in this pair of double chests, which it really shouldn't take more than 1 double chest, and then I'll just turn the egg dispenser on. All right, so that is it for this episode. Just a long building episode. Again, taking a design I used in the past, taking an experimental variation of the design I did in a creative game, and trying to find a better middle ground, something that was automated, but not overly complicated. You know, one thing I could have added was a sorting system specifically for feathers to dump them into a lava block. I could do that. That was in my experimental game, my creative game, where I was playing with that on this same style design. And really for this, it's not worth the trouble. I just grab a few stacks, go and toss them in a lava block in the next room over, whatever. But this works. Now I'm ready to start cleaning it up, migrating my massive number of eggs over from the other spot, hatching everything here, clearing the other one out, completing my road, and getting to work on some mega trading with my traders in the nearby village. But again, that is it for this episode. So if you enjoyed it, hit that like button. If you have any questions, leave them in a comment below. I will try to address them either in a reply or in the next video. And of course, as always, hit subscribe if you haven't done so already. Thanks for watching. I'm your host, Mr. Spicy. I will see you guys next time.